Welcome back to Love, Lies, and Lacefronts, where we do reactions, reviews, and commentary on the YouTube channels you love to watch. Guys, are you subscribed to this channel? If you're not, you need to be. Hit your notification bell so you can be notified when I upload a video, when I go live, and drop another video for you. Also, follow me on Instagram. That way you can keep up with what I'm doing, okay? If you enjoy channels like this and commentary, consider becoming a member. Otherwise, guys, Bougie Gang Gang, it's an open thing. Make sure that you are subscribed to this channel so you can participate in the chats. And I will see you next time I hit that live button. Okay? Take care. Bye. Hey guys, how are you?
You could be doing opposed to being on my page, bitch, cause I ain't got nothing for you nothing ass bitches.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey everyone. How is everybody doing today? Good morning. Okay, let's see. Let's see what's going on here. Live, laugh, love. Good morning, Erica and Pineapples, Gangstars. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, guys, let's jump into it because there's so much to talk about. Number one thing on my agenda is, y'all, today was the last day of school, and sis went with a smile on her face. Isn't that awesome? And period. Okay, sis is at school, and it seems like there's not a lot of kids at school today, which will be a good thing. And I said, look, you get a chance to have some time with your teachers and tell them thank you so much for everything and all the things, and and get your mind right. So I just didn't want to keep her home on last day of school. I just feel like, girl, go on in. Let's go ahead and get mark it in the books and go enjoy your day. We got plenty of time to lay around this summer, right? Anyway, that's number one. Number two, girl, I got to take a dog to the vet. Someone's got an ear infection. Oh joy. And we got to talk about these streets. So we have two things there's my list is so freaking long of things I want to talk about, and I wish I just had the time or the energy to want to go live all day. Maybe I will now that school is out, and sis has a lot more space and opportunity. So we're gonna see how that goes. You guys let me know on the replay or after this live is over, in the comments, what you guys have in mind. So what you would like to be hearing. or hear more of. Okay. Anyway, this kind of came top of mind. So last night, maybe some of you saw it, maybe some of you didn't. I don't know. I didn't even bother to look to see how many people watched last night. But Liv was live and had a complete shit show performance. I don't know what sis was on. I don't know if she takes some sort of like mood altering chill pill. Um, or was she just extremely tired? But she was acting weird to me, in my opinion. I know pregnancy can do weird things to some people. And maybe she's just one of them, but she was very strange last night. Let me say hi to everybody real quick. So Gangstars, boom. D Marie, wait, I just lost my place. D Marie, Nina Red, TS, Double H, your girl Ma, um, let's see, SK Lee, Yoli, Tawana Jones, Jeannie, Miss Buki, Aisha, Coco. Did I say your girl Ma? Wintress, Tennessee. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope I see everybody. Nina Red, did I say that? D Marie. I think I got all y'all. Okay, good. Good morning, everyone in the chat. Good morning in the bushes. Good morning in your car. Good morning at work. Good morning in those headphones. Good morning. A sis asked me what headphones do I use. I'm gonna tell you very quickly. CJ the trainer, absolutely. If you go to the very end of yesterday's live, someone dropped it while we were on the outro, and I went back and girl, if that's not Chris's cousin, um, so yes, it's in there, with his big old booty. So, ooh, I lost my train of thought. I was, um, ah, okay. Anyway, but yes, we did see CJ the trainer. So guys, check that out. If any of you missed the live from yesterday, go check it out. Last night Liv was live and it was a complete shit show. Now, thank you, Tennessee. I appreciate that. So headphones. We're gonna get to that. I also want to talk about Peach from a couple of different perspectives. Okay. Peach is one of the main reasons why I don't really go and I don't really discuss Peach's channel too much is because she's very mean. She's a mean person. And trust me, um it's just from a standpoint of like, I don't want to say aesthetics, but sis is fucking mean. She's like nasty mean. And I just don't like her overall demeanor and her energy. That's what it is for me. It's not like, ooh, she said this, that, and the third. But now she's talking again, and it's like, okay, sis, girl, this is something to talk about. Okay. Anywho, back to headphones. So there is someone in the comments who asked me, what headphones do I use? So I did answer her back, but she didn't, I don't know if she answered me back or not. Sometimes it's hard to tell once I've responded. And if you guys respond back, it's like I have to do an additional filtering of my comments to see that. And I'm gonna be honest, I haven't gone back to check like that. But what I'm gonna tell you is this: I use a MV7 Shure microphone. MV7 is specific for podcasting. So Shure microphones are really good. You see them all over YouTube. If I showed it to you, you'd be like, oh, I've seen that. Like everyone has that mic, right? The MV7 is a smaller version of it, specific for podcasting. The ones that you see a lot are more recording for music, audio like singing, right? These are specific to podcasting, right? I plug right into my headphones. I use my Apple old school audio headphones, right? So I wasn't sure if sis wanted to know what kind of headphones I used for recording purposes or just for listening. Now, as far as what I use, like just for general listening, I have some Sonys that were dirt cheap. I think they were like $30. I got them from Office Depot. I have a JDLs that I got from, and I use all of these. Like whatever's charged, whatever's ready to go, whatever's at my fingertips, that's what I use. I've got JDLs or JBLs. I've got my AirPod Pro, the newest ones. I've got those that are good, but I don't think they're worth the 250. I've got Dre Beats. I've got a lot of headphones. So, but yeah, that's what I use. On what I typically use and are the Sonys. I use my AirPods and I use those, I guess they're JBL or maybe they're JVC. I forget. They're all good. I would say my most expensive headphones are my AirPods. And I don't even put them as number one as far as quality um, and sound. For audio purposes and recording, they're not even number one. They're just not. So, but yeah, that's if that's what you wanted to know. Someone asked about my microphone. If I'm up here, like where I'm sitting right now in the homeschool room, I'm using my Shure MV7 or I'm using my Blue Yeti. What is that thing called? It's a Blue Yeti, and I don't know. I'll put the links down below. Some of you guys want to know. I also have a mic that's really very good. And it's $60. So I'll put both that I use on a regular and my backup mic. For any of you guys who are interested, I'll provide the links, okay? And they'll be Amazon links. So if you're interested in them, you want to change your audio game, that's what I use. So no gatekeeping over here, okay? So that's what my setup is. Okay, now we'll talk about Liv in a minute. I do want to kind of give a little bit of an update about what's going on with Peach. Peach did go viral. Did I not say that at the beginning of the week? Like sis is trying, she's trying real hard to get noticed. And maybe she was or she wasn't. I don't know. Like that's on her, what she chose to do. But at the end of the day in 2023, like it's no secret that there's a lot of fed up women out here who feel a certain type of way about their husband and what their husband has going on. There's a lot of women who have a lot of resentment, and rightfully so. I'm not here to quantify nor qualify how people feel about their relationships. You guys know where I stand about marriage and relationships and dragging people. And look, specifically, look, sometimes people deserve a drag. Okay, let's be real here, right? Sometimes people deserve what they get. I think to me, there was probably more to the story regarding what happened with Wood. Some people can feel how they want to feel. It's like I said, it's not my job out here to qualify why sis felt compelled to trash her husband. Girl, that's all her business. And I don't, you know what I mean? Like, she has to be able to qualify that, right? But it was no surprise to me that this got picked up by the blogs. It's just not really a surprise because I think that all along that's what she wanted, you know? So when I said that on whatever day it happened, was that Monday? Maybe it was Monday, the day that she didn't take. And when she put that $5,000, I think that perked up a lot of people's ears because, oh, $5,000 sounds like a lot of money. But she has 7 kids. I don't know how old all her kids are, but if you're sending 6 kids to camp with $5,000, I don't know how much camp that is, but it can't be longer than a month. It just can't, unless there's just some awesome rates for camp in her area. I just don't see that as being a lot. But anyway, sis has gone viral, right? Viral. And what I mean by viral, it's not, you know, she would know the numbers better than I would. Because I haven't been out and about trying to figure out how many views and whatever people are getting, but people are talking about this all over the internet. So rather than being happy that sis got a bunch of new followers on several different platforms, she's over here bitching, complaining, moaning, groaning, taking names and numbers, and threatening people on the internet, not realizing that yes, you do this to make money, but you are on a free platform that shares their advertising revenue with you. Look, you can look at this YouTube game however you want, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, whatever. You might be doing it for coin, but if they shut the advertising programs down tomorrow, you'll be hunting down another source to basically try to receive compensation or a share for advertising. That's it. Like, we're not paid. You are given a royalty for advertising. So this is what she shared on her page yesterday. Okay. So she's threatening the internet, like the Shade Room, On Site, all of these spiritual word or girl. The website that I was like, oh, it's like Shade Room, Holy Ghost Shade Room. Girl, look, I'd be willing to bet that page has something to do with Shade Room. The setup, the artwork, the way it looks is way too close to Shade Room for it to not be the same contributors, or just another ancillary page to Shade Room. Okay. But this is what Peach says. So she puts up some sort of copyright, blah, 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 blah. Okay. She says, please be advised that I am a full-time lifestyle content creator. That's your business, sis. That means I make videos based on my real life and earn money from those videos. Still your business. When you steal my videos, nobody's stealing her videos. At the end of the day, you've got these things, you've got these videos. See this button right here? What's this button, guys? If I click on this button, I don't know if can you see that when I do that? The way I have it, I don't know if you can see. Oops, girl. Let me get back. Oh, here it is. Okay. Right here, that's a share button, right? How many of you went on Instagram, read the disclosure before you opt into your Instagram account, your YouTube account, your Facebook account, your TikTok account, your Snapchat account, I said Snapchat account? Those disclosures, when you post something, it's like, sis, okay? That's number one. The fact that you earn money off of your social business media is your business, okay? When you steal videos, so maybe there are people out there who are just reposting and I guess take that up with them. And post them on your page, channel, or profile. This share button right here, that says I can share your video. I can make it to a story and say, girl, look at this interesting post. Okay. When you post them to your page, channel, or profile, instead of sharing them, so she's okay with you sharing them directly from her page, channel, or profile, I earn no money. So if you don't share it, if you don't qualify the share, she wants you to know she doesn't make money. People don't care. There's people who do not care. Okay. Money that I need to take care of your 7 kids. Again, there's people out here that do not care about that, especially with me. If you've got someone who's 13 years old and thinks that it's funny that you called your husband a fucking bum, and shares it from TikTok to their Instagram as a post, I guess you get credit from TikTok that it's a share. But as far as it being now on Instagram, I don't know how that works. Okay, I'm gonna be honest, because I am eligible for certain monetization on Instagram. Like, I can get gifts and I can do a couple of things, But as far as my posts making me money just because I'm posting, yeah, I don't even know about that part of the program. But you know what I mean? I obviously have my store attached to my account. Like there's certain levels in Instagram, and honestly, it's hard to know about everything that's available to you. As you become available for certain things, they let you know about certain things. Okay. And that's really what I know about Instagram. So when I became eligible to have my store attached, you know, things like that, I know about that and I know about certain things. But as far as a post making you money, yeah, I don't really know about that. But when you steal my videos and post them on your page, channel, and profile, basically she's saying that she doesn't make money off that. Money that I need to take care of my 7 kids. So please do not do that. If you do, I will be forced to complete a copyright infringement form. I'm not getting into copyright at this point. I'm not even getting into it. There's so much information about copyright infringement and what the stipulations are and how to be able to make something like that stick. Um, have my video and have my video permanently removed, and you will possibly be demonetized. That means you won't be able to earn money on social media. Is that what that means? Okay. Please play with your mammy and not Peach. So I'm wondering, so are you talking to the people who like really she's talking to everybody. I mean, I think Peach is an equal opportunity offender and bully. Okay. And bully from a standpoint of go back to what I started saying at the beginning. Sis she's mean. Anybody who's going to get on the internet and call their husband a fucking bum, yeah. How do you expect her to treat everybody else? If the man that you stood up, signed paperwork with, married, had 7 kids with, um, you feel comfortable throwing him up under the bus first thing in the morning while he's allegedly sleeping, um, calling him a fucking bum for the world, girl, sis, that's completely your business. But I love the first comment over here when sis says, so you rely on social media to make money. Now there's nothing wrong with that. There's a lot of people that we watch every day who and as quiet as it's kept, let's be honest, we've seen a lot of people make a lot of money on social media. Okay. Jackie Ina. Is anybody, you know, maybe people say stuff like that to her in her comments, but at the end of the day, Jackie has made a fortune. Okay. There's a lot of people. Jacqueline Hill. There's a ton of people. The list goes on. The Prince family. They were making pizzas when they met. They met at the pizza joint, right? Those people have made millions of dollars. CJ so cool. Like these people have legit, and I'm talking about some of the black people here, have made Tabitha Brown. Is anybody going to drag Tabitha for making millions of dollars on social media? So I'm going to say to Miss Quinton, I get your comment and I agree with you, sis, but I don't agree with you. Okay. Because social media is definitely a job. Companies, large conglomerates, they have made it so lucrative to be able to work social media for money, for a career, for a job. I know some people don't get it, but everything is not for everybody. Just like being a doctor isn't for everyone, or being a scientist, or being a teacher, or being a nurse, or whatever someone does that you don't get, construction, you know, whatever it is that you don't get, someone gets it and that's why they're doing it and you're not, right? So relying on social media to make money, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Whatever happened to a real job? So whatever happened to a real job? What happened to a real job? People have divested in corporate culture, and that's again a whole nother conversation about divesting in corporate culture, or someone who's always just been an entrepreneur and doesn't mind, you know, the hustle of it all, of creating their income, their wealth, their business. Okay. So very good questions that are coming up here, but to the matter at hand of you supporting your 7 children, you dragging your husband, you now mad because people found your post and are talking about it. It's become a conversation. Girl, Mark Zuckerberg, can we talk about that? He's in college with the twins, right? I forget their name. And they're like, you know what? We want something of like an online yearbook for so we can know everybody, so we can communicate. So this is like an easier way for us to socialize, right? 20 was it 25 years now? 20 years later, it's Facebook, right? And that was something that came off of that was like the baby of MySpace, right? MySpace was like the baby of Yahoo Chat and America Online, okay? AOL, right? For all of you babies out there that may not even know what AOL is or was, right? Girl, when you used to have to hear that awful noise to connect to the internet, okay? I don't have a problem, obviously, with people making their money off of the internet. What I have a problem with is people who bully. You know what I'm saying? And I don't mean bully. I'm not meaning bully as in bully. I'm just talking about kind of the bully pulpit of talking a whole lot of shit to try to get your way. You can't have it both ways on social media. Either you're out here or you're not. And that's something I had to learn over time. You have to create your own boundaries. And if one of your boundaries is people not using your content, whether now people just reposting it or imposter pages, that's like a whole nother thing. We're not talking about imposter pages, and we're not just talking about just like reposting stuff. People saying, "Ooh, look at this mom who did this, that, and the third. Would you do that?" Da, 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 da. However, on site and all of these pages decided to use her content. Now all of a sudden you're pissed. You're threatening lawyers. So I read you that. People are in the comments. They have a lot to say. Someone said very educated. What do they mean by that? And got attorneys on retainer to handle what I can't. Okay. And look, at the end of the day, go after the bloggers that have money, go after on-site, go after Shade Room, go after all of these blogs that make millions of dollars, okay? Because I'm not a blog that makes millions of dollars. Trust me, what I made off of Peach videos is very minuscule, okay? I'm quite sure on-site and all of these other blogs made some money, but at the end of the day, they're reporting the news of YouTube and Instagram and of the streets. That's what they do. But Peach acts like she doesn't want to be. Look, we're going to see how this unfolds. If Peach wants to try to make a coin off of going after these bigger blogs, I would love to see how it turns out. But we've seen Peach make these threats before. And the funny thing to me is that she has her subscribers or followers over here tagging her on the pages that mentioned her. Okay. So if you mentioned her, her subscribers are tagging her. Let's see this post right here. That lady has an attorney on retainer. She's definitely not one of those. Let me tell you something. We all have you heard the news this week? Was there not a federal judge that told Cardi B to stand down? Tasha K owes her almost $4 million. Okay. But because Tasha K don't have it, guess what? Because she has now filed for bankruptcy, guess what? Cardi B has been told, sis, hey boo, hey, okay, yeah, we know we gave you a settlement, and we know. But yeah, halt all collections at this moment. You must stand down. Okay? You must stand down. Do not pass go. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes. We know, Cardi B. We know. I don't care if it's 2,000. I don't care. Girl, I want she can drop it off in pennies. Sis, we know. Okay? We know. The federal judge said stop. They said stop all collections because, yeah, sis went and filed for bankruptcy. Okay? Okay. So what does that mean? That means that sis doesn't collect right now. It doesn't mean she doesn't get to collect, doesn't mean that Tasha K doesn't owe her money, but I guess that's going to be something that's going to be settled in bankruptcy court on how they're going to handle that matter or halt the efforts. Maybe they'll, I'm sure she's got some liens or whatever the financial instruments that Cardi B has in place. But let me tell you something. This is something where Cardi B feels a certain type of way because she felt insulted and violated by the commentary. And not only that, it was also found to be egregious, untrue, and continual, and hurt her in many different ways. You guys know it's a public case and you guys can read about it if you want to. At the end of the day, girl, people sharing a story that you put out on a Monday about a man who's laying in bed who appears to be asleep. And I'm saying it like that because, like the comment said, how is he not waking up when you're like basically moving him out the house? Right. And then miraculously, you go into the NICU to go see the baby and he's asleep there. Okay, that's good. I mean, someone needed to be sleeping at the hospital anyway. Do y'all agree? I mean, if my child was in the hospital, I'm going to just have a bag. I'll be there, right? Like we'll be doing shifts. My child is not staying in a hospital by themselves, period. So him sleeping in the NICU makes sense to me. It would be he or I. I mean, I'm sure I'm not even going to ask the question of you guys. I mean, your baby isn't. I mean, so many weird things happen. My nightmare that like I don't even want to articulate the nightmare, but at the end of the day, if my minor child, my adult child is laying in a hospital bed, there will be someone there. When my mother was on her deathbed, so we thought, she didn't die for many years later, but so we thought. And I'll even preface it with this: the night that my mother coded and I watched Crash Carts and the respiratory team and them do shocks to her heart to revive her, all of those things. I had just flown in from North Carolina. My sister had been there all day. And it was my turn. And I said, you know what? I'm going to spend the night. And her NG tube kept backing up. They were draining her lungs and all of those things. Anyway, long story short, I don't, I don't know what the hospital would have done, but a woman at the time in her 70s, look, I was there, and I don't know, maybe 6 months later, we were all in Vegas, okay, and look at God, okay. It is so that's that, right? I would never someone I love, someone I care about, yeah, they're not spending any nights in the hospital alone at all, okay. But Peach seems to think she can talk the loudest, bark the loudest, make the most threats, and low key threaten to take people's channels down or take money out of other people's businesses because she doesn't want them talking about her when you make yourself a spectacle on the internet daily. I mean, are we going to talk about the twerking, the belly popping, all of the shenanigans leading up to the emergency C-section? It's like, I'll wait. Girl, now she's giving tons of content to the dark web. Let's talk about that for a second. With Peach, there's nothing wrong with breastfeeding and pumping your milk, but who wants to see her boobs posted on social media? You know who wants to see that? And I'm going to be real honest with you. If you've got children around, you've been warned. You know who wants to see that? The dark web. There's a whole fetish out here of breastfeeding. And there's actually a YouTuber who was doing some very vile and disgusting, hold on one second. There was a YouTuber, I'm sorry, you guys know it'll be over in a second. There was a YouTuber doing some very vile and disgusting things. She's in prison now. And I'm not making the correlation between the crime that woman committed versus what Peach is doing. But I learned recently that there is a fetish, a subculture, a niche, a sector of folk out there that enjoy watching breastfeeding videos, and it's not for education. Okay. It's not for educational purposes. It's for nasty. It's nasty purposes. Okay. And Peach isn't doing anything. So just as much as you guys get concerned about babies running around in diapers and no shirts on, or the posturing of young girls who are sitting and not sitting appropriate for a young lady, even at 2 years old, or showing underpants and all of those things. As much as we get concerned, like, hey, the dark web is out there. People snap pictures of those and can be doing lewd, vile, and disgusting things. There is a whole sector of that. Okay. So I'm sorry about the dog, guys. There is a whole sector of that type of shenanigan going on. And it's absolutely disgusting. But that's all she's doing is giving content for that. Like, in my opinion, how in your face she wants it to be. This is my opinion. Seeing Peach's breastfeeding videos, just the recent ones, it's not for education purposes. It's not. It's not. If it was, I think it would be done with a little bit more refinement, dignity, and femininity. It's so disgusting the way she does it. It's gross. It's absolutely gross. There is nothing that I can learn on how to operate, manipulate a breastfeeding machine in the manner of which she is doing it, and it's gross. So she gets by because she is on the coattails of the people who have had to not make breastfeeding seem gross. But unfortunately, there is a subset of perverts out here that find excitement in watching those type of videos, and that is who I think she is appealing to, because a lot of people know that those type of videos go viral for many different reasons, and part of it is the perverts. I'm sorry. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, if Tasha K learned one thing, is, sis, you can be handled. You know what I mean? For as many people who may have tried to handle Tasha K, Cardi B has the money and the time and the resources to be a problem for a long time, right? So whether Tasha K ends up paying her or not, there's always going to be, you know how Dracula always had that guy, not Renfield, but the nemesis. Everyone's always got a nemesis, right? Lex Luthor to Superman, the Joker to Batman, right? There's always some sort of adversary in the bushes, right? Tasha K is always going to have that Cardi B hanging over her head, right? And it's always going to be a problem, and it's always going to be money, and it's always going to be something moving forward. And is Tasha K going, is she more careful now? Is she more diligent about what she's doing? I would hope so. I would hope so. Because at the end of the day, when you do things that not only just affect you, but it affects your family, it affects um, your your bank accounts and what you're trying to amass and all of those things, that can that's a earth-shattering moment, because now it's not just you, it's your husband's income, it's your home, it's your this, it's your that, it's many things. So there were many opportunities that Tasha K had to kind of back down a little bit. And but at the end of the day, like, sis is going to play it how she wants to play it. But as let's talk about marriage, since we're talking about marriage and how this whole thing kind of came up with Peach talking about being married to a fucking bum. Um, Tasha K, when you're putting your fortune, whatever the fortune might be, at risk, and your future financially, that has an impact on everyone. It can affect the kids' school, and not this. It can affect being able to pay for the best private schools, having your kids overseas, paying for college, paying mortgages, living where you want to live, all of those things. And everybody didn't sign up for that, but because she's married, they can, and she owns what her husband owns and vice versa, that has an effect on everybody, right? So Peach, on the other hand, takes a lot of pride in punking and chumping her husband every single chance she gets, on top of social media. She loves to punk and chump everybody. That's where it comes in, that she comes through like a bully. She wants to punk and chump everyone. Okay. Peach is only nice when she's selling something. Peach is nice when she wants you to come through and buy something. She's nice when she wants you to buy her $1 credit repair. She's nice when she wants you to come through and buy her book. She's nice. This woman wants to grab everybody's balls and just, she wants to be an island. Okay. We've seen, like, anybody who will talk to their mother like crap. Girl, you already know. I don't even have to say it. If you can talk to your mother like shit, Jasmine, if you can talk to your mother like shit, treat her like the maid, treat her like help. I mean, gosh, we see a lot of women out here that aren't even worthy to have a maid or have help, have maids and help. Got the most help. Got people scrubbing toilets and washing your underwear. All kinds of help, assistance, and everything, and damn it, can't even drag their ass out of bed to post a fucking video. Peach does work hard. We see her. Peach likes to post her videos, post her content. Okay. But, at the end of the day, this is what you wanted. You wanted to go. Did I not say this on Monday? I was like, girl, Peach is trying to get on site and damn neighborhood this and neighborhood that. I mean, it didn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. So I'm not trying to say that I dropped anything major, but when I saw that post, I was like, oh, sis going for the gusto over here. Okay. Okay, sis, we see you. I see you. Because when you start talking to the person, when you start talking to the man who is supposed to, when you get married, he is you and you are him. You represent each other. Okay? And I was just shocked at the front street of it all, and there's nothing good that comes from talking to your husband that way, and your kids can see it. Your kids have access to your social media, or they're like, look, mommy and daddy this is just a play, guys. This is how mommy and daddy make their money. So don't pay attention. Mommy's calling daddy an asshole, but mommy really loves him. Okay. These kids that are growing up in social media fantasy land are going to be so screwed up in the head that they don't even really know what's real and what's going on. I think some of these kids are running around here thinking that they are in like some sort of virtual reality, and they don't really understand, because some stuff is stunts and shows and shits and giggles and all of that stuff. But yeah, she's very toxic, and we're gonna see how this whole thing plays out. At the end of the day, girl, you know, we gonna this is a developing story. I don't really care about Peach's content so much as this is interesting to me. As far as the day-to-day of a ratchet ass mom, I mean, there's so many. Um, she's just another one of them. Okay. Um, so we gonna see. We gonna see. Um, so we don't know if what Wood is out there doing. Wood might just be like, bring it on, bring it on, bring it on, okay? Because we getting ready to go here, there, and everywhere. You're gonna leave the kids behind, and we getting ready to go, do this, that, and the third, and then we'll come back and we'll take them to Great Wolf for a couple of days, okay? I mean, Peach does take her kids out of town, and she does do stuff with her kids and things like that. But is she ratchet? Hell yeah, she is. Abso-fucking-lutely. She sure is. Period. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on this, guys. I'm just gonna be honest. Girl, we had 400, but you know what? I had to press that the add button. You know why? Because the likes aren't even at 100. We are just, so likes, if the likes are not liking, the commercials get popping. Because you know what? Like Peach said, she's got to make her coins on this social media, and Google will run an ad anyway. You know what I mean? They're going to run an ad anyway. But yeah, so that's that on that. They'll be back. But yeah, it is what it is. Some people don't like to hit the thumbs up until later, but that's okay. All right, guys, let's pivot just a little bit. We're going to talk about Live for a moment. Peach, like the live, we know you're here. Girl, like at the end of the day, let's just say that's the truth, right? Peach is in the bushes. Peach knows what she's serving up on. Like, I'm not that lady. Let me tell you, of all the dumb and stupid, I'm gonna just say Peach is not dumb. She's not stupid. Is she ratchet AF? She knows that. Girl, ratchet, gutter, and hood. Okay? Period. Sis is not dumb nor stupid. That's one thing I am going to say, right? Sis knows how to handle some business. That was one of the things that got me watching Peach. Like this time last year, let's say she started a 100-day challenge last year and said to do some things. And I'm going to be honest, I followed some of her steps of what she said to do. And I mean, in 25 days, I was in the Reels program on Facebook. I was just like, oh, okay. Now, she just kind of was doing a video one day. I think they had just bought that truck. And she was like, if you want to be in the Reels program, do this, 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 and this. And I'm doing this, this, and this for the next 100 days. And blah, 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 blah. And I was like, interesting. Okay. So I was like, sitting at my desk. I was still working and doing my my last consulting assignment at the time. And I wrote down the list of things to do. And the main thing that I did was posting 5 times a day on Facebook. And I did that. And next thing I knew, I was like, hey, you've been invited to the Reels program. And I was like, okay. And once I got my 1,000 followers on Facebook, on my main page of Facebook, yeah, I got monetized on Facebook. I still don't do as much on Facebook as I really should, as I really could, because YouTube, I mean, sometimes you just have your platform, and YouTube is kind of my platform of choice, but I do play around with some of them because they all help and work together. But Peach knows what she's talking about. Now, but is Peach professional? Hell to the no. Okay. Doesn't mean she doesn't know what she's doing. She's very unprofessional, crass, and vulgar. So that's just my nice way of saying hood, ratchet, and gutter. Okay. Anyway, let's get up off of Peach. Peach has enough people talking about her today. At the end of the day, sis went viral. Sis is all over Instagram. They're talking about her all over TikTok. She's got her bone collectors over there dropping videos, not videos, tagging her on people's videos and telling on everybody. And girl, I don't care. You know what I mean? I'm good on putting my family out there. I do acting scripts show though, and not my real family. I will do acting scripting show though. For me, I'm not comfortable earning a coin off of exploiting my family. And that's where I have to drop. Now, exploiting and sharing, there's a fine line. But look, all of us, when you've had young kids or if you have young kids, you guys know Halloween is a very dangerous time. The police always warn us about predators and weirdos and candy and all of the things, right? So Halloween, we're very vigilant. We take extra care with our kids. We make sure their candy is okay. We send them outside with flashlights. We even follow them down the street or we run them with the cars, all of those things, right? If you know your kid is in danger, most of us, 99.9% of us are going to take precautions to make sure that everything is safe, right? If I know that there's some sort of risk out here, I am not comfortable with risking for a view my precious family. That's just how I feel about it. Therefore, Francoise Vlogs is on vlogcation, right? Is Francoise Vlogs coming back? I'm making the announcement. Absolutely. Is Francoise Vlogs coming back how it was in 2018, 2019, 2020, 21, 22? No. It's going to be, I don't even know that you'd notice a difference. I just know what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. Okay. And I started to have to create those boundaries every year that I was on here of what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do, what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do. And what I'm going to do and what I'm not going to do had to really be thought about for a good period of time with what I felt comfortable and what I had time for. Right. So I'm going to treat it just like how I treat Halloween. You know what the risks are and you handle yourself accordingly. Peach, to me, she knows what the risks are. She keeps wanting to try to control other people rather than herself. You put stuff out here, you know what can happen. You want to go viral, you want to pop your shit, but you want the rewards from it, but you don't want to take the bitter with the sweet, right? She's going to be happy to cash the sweet check, but she doesn't want to take the L of there being social media out there attached to her name that she doesn't get to make a coin off of. You can't make everything. You know what I'm saying? You can't make every coin out here. Okay? Okay? You can't. You just can't. Because some of those coins wouldn't have been made had it not been for the coins that you can't touch. Okay? All right, let me get up off of that because we've talked about that for a while, but I feel like it's a really good topic in general. And one thing I'm going to say too regarding social media and people who just said, you know what, fuck it, the Kardashians and many other families. That's just what came top of mind. Ray J, all of these people who are like, fuck it. Has Ray J made a shit ton of money because he's a wonderful singer or because he's Brandy's brother and Ray J likes to turn up? Ray J has made more money from his name, from social media, from him messing with Whitney Houston, from all of his shenanigans, from his middle of the night
rants and okay, girl, Ray J back at it again. Okay. Some people are just like, you know what? Oh, okay. Chrisean and Blueface. I'm sorry. I don't like none of like, girl. If Chrisean didn't have the Chrisean soap opera following her and now she's pregnant, girl, which we all know is like gold. People love to follow a pregnancy. Have you watched Shiny Happy People on Prime? I was shook. I loved watching the Duggars. Girl, I'm very familiar with the Duggars, but Shiny Happy People, no. I have to go. I have to check that out. But you know what I'm saying? Ray J can be corny, boring, and all of the things. But when Ray J came out with the receipts on Kim and was talking about how the Kardashians did him, about the contracts, about the video, about did Kim shut the hell up? When Ray J produced the receipts of how the sex tape really came out, have we heard Kim and Chris talking about Ray? Like, did Ray J give a good dose of shut the fuck up and get my name out your mouth? Oh, we all know about the stealing from his mom. I mean, people forget about that because it was like 20 years ago. But yeah, Kim was girl, Mrs. Norwood's assistant back in the day when they had their store, when the mom had her little clothing store in Calabasas, and she was Mrs. Norwood's assistant, and you know, Brandy was obviously in the heyday of her career, and Ray J was still known as Brandy's brother, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, right? And she was buying clothes, she was styling the family, and she spent $100,000 that was unable to be accounted for. She had to be taken to court, right? But I'm talking about the major money. I'm talking about the millions. Okay. So keep in mind, that was a deal that was signed. It wasn't leaked to the internet. The story was it was leaked to the internet. It was distributed by Vivid. Okay. It was distributed by Vivid Entertainment, and it wasn't leaked. It was a contracted deal by Kris Jenner. That's what Ray J said. He had the receipts. That was what was put out. Girl. And we haven't heard anything else since. Now, if behind the scenes there's stuff going on, it's back behind the scenes. It's in the law offices. It's in the documents. It's in all of the things. He also provided a copy of the contract where he was somewhere and they needed to have a wet signature. And basically, he alleged that Kim signed the contract for him, or in his name. He was in agreement of it, but it wasn't his signature. And that doesn't, like, she's not authorized. She's not an authorized signer. She didn't have power of attorney. Like, you can sign whatever, but if you don't have power of attorney, whatever, it's not documented that it's actually not the signature of the person. It's someone who's signing in representation of all of the stipulations. Yeah, he brought the receipts and that conversation shut down. Kim was trying to rehash old tea. This is basically what happened. Kim was trying to rehash old tea because she had none. Pete Davidson had broke up with her. Kanye was acting a fool, and Kanye was probably getting ready to drop his receipts. And she thought she was going to drag Ray J again and try to make him seem even worse. Because the initial story was that he leaked it, because who else would have leaked it? Because it was only just the two of them, rather than my mother shopped the deal with Joe Rogan. Was it Joe Rogan from Girls Gone Wild? Brought it to Vivid Entertainment and got us $1 million deal to have this sex tape out. That wasn't the story. It was the white girl got exposed by Brandy's brother, the black guy, the eccentric playboy brother of the beautiful Brandy. And oh my God, Paris Hilton's best friend, right? And years and years later. Okay. Okay. And he was like, enough with the drag. You're not going to have me out here like some sort of predator out here. I'm tired of you guys dragging my name. Shut it down. So, I mean, most of you guys, I'm sure all of you know that story, but that's basically the high level version of that story. Let's see. Yeah, it was planned. It was planned, you know. I think everybody was trying to capitalize off of the infamous mother, the mother of all mothers of leaked sex tapes is the Pam Anderson and Tommy Lee on their honeymoon on their boat. And apparently someone broke into their house. And this is supposed to be a legit story. This is not they released it because they wanted everyone to see. There was a robbery and the tapes were stolen. They were put on sites and there was court cases and all kinds of stuff to get them try to take down. And then eventually I guess they just left them up, and were able to receive compensation for what had happened. But Pam Anderson and her husband from Motley Crue, Tommy Lee, the drummer, and you know, that was kind of the benchmark for the celebrity leaked tapes. And Kim, riding off the coattails of being the best friend of Paris Hilton, and then maybe at the time dating Reggie Bush and all of the things, she had a couple of things going on for her that people were noticing her. And when the sex tape came out, it was like boom, and the rest is history. We know what happened, right? People had an interest. It was the dawn of like social media of what we know it is today. And they were able to make a lot of money from it, low key dragging Ray J as the culprit. They never said he was the culprit, but if only you two have access to something and you say you didn't do it, then who else is it? But come to find out 20 years later, yeah, this was something that was sat down in attorneys' offices and brokered and contracts and checks being paid and all of those things. And Ray J made just as much money. He said, if Kim made $1, I made $1. So you know what I'm saying? This is nobody to feel sorry for, right? So anywho, um, Paris had a sex tape too, but I just don't think it went anywhere. Nobody was really here for it. You know, I think yeah, a lot of people did. But anyway, let's pivot. Speaking of shenanigans on the internet, I really want to just play the clips that I have, because I don't want to go through her whole thing. But Liv was out here on the internet acting a pure fool last night. Um, it was crazy to me because first of all, let me get the clips and then let me get my notes. Cause sis was girl, and I didn't even post up my thing. Hold on, let me see if I can get this posted really quick. My girl, this visual. We'll use this one for right now. Girl. This is one thing that I noticed, and I'm still so. Do you guys got? And some of you don't watch, right? There was when she went to the pregnancy clinic, and she was saying how it was like right after she went to the pregnancy clinic, and someone said she was packing, and everyone was like, "Where's AJ? Where's AJ?" And she said something like, "He's with his father." And then maybe a day or two later, she said something like, someone asked where daddy was, and she said, "Oh, he's been in New York." And I was thinking, like, ever since then, I've just kind of been like, "Bitch, stop lying." Like, he's been in New York, but just the other day, you said that when you were packing and people asked you where AJ was, you said he's with his father. Girl, it's the inconsistencies for me. Sis needs to watch her own videos, or she needs to run them back, or keep a notebook of how the storyline's going to go for this week and keep up, because I'm starting to think that she is like a pathological liar. I don't know what it is with this woman. But it's funny to me, like the misconception of her audience who thinks that people actually really care about what this bozo has to say, the shit is funny. The shit is funny. I was watching it wasn't Law and Crime. It's what is her name? Let me get it. She does a crime series podcast, true crime. Hold on. It's called True Crime Daily, okay? And last night I was listening to the influencer who blogged her fake cancer story and busted after getting over $100,000 in donations. Okay. I'll share the story this week on True Crime Daily. This is, okay. This was like 2 weeks ago. She posted this. Um, this week on True Crime Daily podcast, the woman who faked her own cancer survival story to exploit sympathy from strangers for her own gain. After getting over $100,000 in donations, Amanda C. Riley's story began to unravel. There is a podcast now. This is just one episode. She just does crime stories and does interviews with whomever, whatever. But there is a podcast. It's called Scamanda. The woman who was the scammer, her name was Amanda Riley. But there's a new podcast called Scamanda, and it profiles this particular woman and what she did on YouTube, amongst other platforms, to gain cash and favor in excess of over $100,000 by people who felt sorry for her. I was going to say lame-os and lame brains, but no, I'm going to say people who felt sorry for her and contributed to the shenanigans because they thought sis had cancer. Okay. Okay. So there are people out here who do scam their audiences. Trust and believe. Okay. There are people who do this. They stretch the truth. They tell stories. They tell lies. They tell all kinds of things on the premise of I need a bed. I need food. I need transportation. My car's broken down. Daddy gone. Any of those things. Okay. Because, you know, was Peach asking for money because daddy's gone? No. So does that qualify? No, not really. She can say it's stunts, skits, and shows. Does the Jacksons of Atlanta have to produce a death record? Does the original 2 sets of twins or 3 sets of twins, does that, you know what I mean? Like, I guess you can lie, I guess, if you want to, but it just doesn't, it's not a very good look. It's weird. And a lot of that is starting to be exposed. So I don't know. I would just say people just need to watch out what they're doing because people are noticing. If you're not just saying, look, don't believe shit on this channel, just watch the episodes and don't get too deep into it, then it is what it is. But people who are really buying into what you're doing and saying and believing all of those things, and it's not true and you're selling it as if it is, that can eventually be problematic, I think, right? That can be problematic. So let me, okay, I'm trying to upload something really quick. Let's see if I can get this in here. I'm gonna play the audio unless you guys really want the video. Just because it's gonna be easier and faster. Hopefully I can do this. Let's see. Okay, let's see. And if you are new here, welcome, 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 welcome. And go ahead, hit the thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe so when I go live or here in the chat, you can participate. Okay, let me delete that one. I had to delete a couple of things to be able to upload this really fast. Sis is fugazi. Let's see if it's coming. Okay. I can't get it to upload. I should have done it before I went live, but I didn't get a chance to. Okay. All right, let's listen, guys. Let's listen to the first thing. I don't know how many of you guys watched it last night. Did you guys watch this? So Liv was live last night, and this is what she was talking about. Let's.
I have a 2-bedroom. I was gonna get a 1-bedroom, but my people were like, "Nah, Liv, don't do that." But I really wanted to. I was down for it. Yeah, I'm not really paying the bills at the moment, so I feel bad. I feel bad for I was like, "No, I can just get a 1-bedroom. It's okay." But he doesn't want to let me do that, so I appreciate it. What is this? Oh, I can't. This is that video, huh? Oh no, that's not the video. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna read your comments, guys. I'm starting to feel nauseous. Yeah, I don't care who says this. Let me tell you guys something. Raising Cane's is so nasty. I hate it. I hate it there. I got that shit tonight. That shit is.
Okay, she starts talking about her favorite topic, which is a restaurant. What I wanted you to hear there is that sis got a 2-bedroom apartment. Now, we're going to get to all of it, guys. Sis said, basically, this is what I heard. This is what I heard her say. I'm going to run through everything. I'm going to run through my notes first, and then you guys tell me what I missed, okay? Is this yesterday? What's today's date? Okay. This is last night. Okay. Sis says she's in a 2-bedroom apartment. Okay, she just said that. You heard that, right? 2-bedroom apartment. Her people are in New York. All right, we're gonna get to that part. Her people are in New York, and girl, he's the reason why he's in New York. The funny thing to me, let me just pull this up so you guys can see. The funny thing to me was that she started laughing. She was like, okay, did I tell you why he was in New York? Did I tell you? Oh my God, guys. Okay, then she proceeds to tell us that he's in New York because he has kids. He has kids. So in theory, well, who are the kids? Are you talking about it? Like, I mean, we're not going to talk about the obvious, which is her kid, who she says is his kid, but he has kids. So let's not include AJ when she says, like, when someone's telling you something you don't know, like he has kids. Oh, okay. Not just AJ. So kids. In this situation, we're just talking about the daughter. He's got a daughter, right? Is that why she's so fixated upon having another girl? Because she's one of those that has to have something that, like, you know what I mean? She's just one of those, right? I don't know, but that was weird to me. All of a sudden, he has kids. First, he didn't have kids, but we also have to run with the lie that she told us all that he was a Jamaican cop and that he gave her that she had a damn baby shower, and that the family is full aware about her, and she's met everybody and all of the things. Sis is giving crazy right now. Just a second. Sis is giving fucking crazy, okay? Sis is giving Coco Loco, all right? So this is the scene last night. She's sitting back on the couch. Do you remember how much we just saw her sitting on the couch last pregnancy? So Sir allegedly is in New York, and now he has multiple children. But at this moment, we're just talking about the daughter. Okay. So, not because that's what I'm saying. That's what she said. We just going to talk about the daughter. I thought he didn't have kids. Sis, Miss Toby, we going to talk about this video. Okay. She's a pathological liar. I don't even know if it's just out of habit. I think it's out of psychosis. Sis got mental problems. Okay. Habitual liar means you lie regularly. And girl, we know that. She's a habitual and pathological. I think it's in her. It's part of her. Okay. Okay, let's get to the next video real quick, because sis took notes. I had to take girl, I had to get my iPad out and my e-pen. Okay. I was sitting there, sis had to take some notes because I was like, girl, I'm not taking free rides to Crazy Town. I'm just not. I can't. My mental is too important to me. I am not riding on the Crazy Town Express. So let me get these notes, because once this shit is over, I'm not even trying to remember. It'll be memorialized in this video. But you have to be very careful, guys. My mom always told me this, and this was this was about something else. But in terms of what you let into your brain, into your awareness, into your psyche, into that precious vessel in between your ears, be careful, because one thing could change your mind and you will have fucking lost it. It's that quick. It can be that quick if you are a weak person. Okay, don't believe everything you hear. Sometimes, especially with a trick like this, girl, entertainment purposes, have a laugh and a kiki. Know what you know that you heard. That's what got me reacting to these videos. I was like driving on my way to work one day and I'm thinking to myself, but I thought she said something else. Like, Olivia has been up to these shenanigans for years and years and years. That's what got her reacting on Chrissy, because she thought or said she heard Chrissy say one thing and do another. And she was trying to call Chrissy out for a liar. And it's been a shit show ever since, right? Chrissy decided to engage and they rode that thing. And for whatever reason, Olivia just will not get to that damn 100,000 mark. And Jasmine, girl, she's stuck too. It's like stuck on track number 7. Okay, let's keep going.
I get that aspect of things. Obviously, with the first baby mom's caught in, like, she's caught in that bullshit. Like, she looks a whole. So I hope she doesn't get caught in that. That's all.
Okay, this is when she's talking about Krishan. Let's listen to that later, because, well, we can listen to it because any situation that Liv hears or sees, she makes it about her, right? We all know this, right? Anything, it could be Boo Boo tripped and fell across the street and busted his tooth. Girl, I was walking down the street. I was in Walmart and girl, I tripped and almost fell and busted my ass. And there will always be a situation and then she's going to pivot it to her. So let's listen to what she says, her take. This is Krishan and Blueface according to Liv. Let's take a listen. And I'm doing it this way today, guys, because number one, this video is 1 hour and 16 minutes. And I did not write down the timestamps. And sis, the whole video looks just like this. Okay. So we're not missing anything. And it just was easier for me to do it like this because I just, girl, I can't.
Mom's caught in, like, she's caught in that bullshit. Like, she looks a whole fool. And I can't even really blame her because he be giving her money and he be looking out for her. So, like, I get that aspect of things. Like, he's still a baby.
So she's talking about Blueface, and is it Jalen, the his OG baby mom, right? Or his current, the mother of the children that are walking the earth at the moment. Okay.
Who looks out for his baby mama. So I respect him for that. Okay. But she don't need to be sleeping with him to get money from him because he still gives her money. She's tripping. She's just doing that because she's in love with him still. And look, I'm like, and I was the damn fool. So I can't really talk, but I can talk because I'm out of it. You know what I mean? Have you seen him in boxers? Who, Blueface? Girl, no. His scrawny ass. I used to think Blueface was fine. I don't think he's fine anymore. The way he is, it's such a turn off. It's cruel they do that. It is cruel, girl. It's very cruel. Extremely. But it's the oldest saying. It's the oldest saying in the book, y'all. Okay? It's a person will only treat you the way that you allow them to. And those two ladies are letting him treat them any type of way. And Krishan is a damn fool. Like, she's finally out of it. If she gets back into that shit, she's a damn fool. Sometimes people don't see the blessing in a motherfucker leaving you and not fucking with you no more. There's a blessing in that. You know what I mean? Somebody said he got a big one. I don't care how big it is, and I don't care how good he uses that shit. Do y'all understand how many men are out here in this world that got big things and know how to use them? Girl, and as we get older, you run into older.
That's what sis thinks about the Krishan Blueface situation and him and his baby mom. Sis is warped. Okay, she's very warped, and her ideologies are weird AF. Okay, next, girl, this whole thing was just it was crazy.
My man's coming back into town on Saturday.
My man's coming back into town on Saturday. Listen to this carefully. Okay, hold on, girl. Let me start it from the kids. Girl, this is my man's. So again, let's go back to Peach. This is what it's like to be married to a fucking bum, okay? This is how Olivia is talking about the man she says she's now, I guess she says in love with a little bit, maybe just a little bit, I don't know. But this is how she talks about the man who is the father of Flojo, okay? Florida Johnson, that is now cooking in her belly. This is how she talks about Flojo Daddy, okay?
I just don't know. I just don't know. Did I ever tell you guys? Girl, to get shit done. My man's coming back into town on Saturday. But I'm kind of irritated with him, honestly. I'm irritated with him. I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know. Did I ever tell you guys? I don't want to tell y'all that thing. Oh my god. Oh yeah. It was me laughing. That woke us up. Let me get him. Hold on. I'm coming.
Okay, so she wakes up the baby with her cackling laugh, makes the baby a quick bottle. So she starts laughing. So let's remember, she's sitting on the couch and she starts laughing. Okay, she starts laughing and she's like, "Did I ever tell you guys why he's in New York?" So based on what she ends up telling us, girl, bitch, what was funny? Okay, well, what was funny? Because she ends up telling us that he's in New York attending to his daughter who is in the middle of a crisis, and then also divulges that she's got some sort of behavioral issues and there's some sort of now custody situation with he and the baby mom because she doesn't want the child to go. What was so funny about that? Like, if that were real, let's just preface it. We're just talking about the video, guys. We're not going to get all the way into what's real and what's not real at this moment. Let's just get these points down and then we'll get into the shenanigans of how stupid it all is, okay? But what is funny, if you were in New York and you have a daughter that's off the chain and you got to summon some dude from her daddy from down in Florida who's messing around with a waterbed named Tuna, what's funny about you talking about my kid and what she's going through on your wretched ass channel and having a key about it, thinking that you're being cute on a damn live stream? Okay.
Okay. What are we talking about? No, what was that song? Oh no. I'll just get copywritten.
I don't know what was wrong with that. You know, sometimes when you have copyrighted music, like, I don't know what happened with that, but it would not.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, his ass is coming back this weekend.
His ass is coming back this weekend.
Why he went to New York? No. Shut up. Thank you, Rachel. Shut up. Thank you, Rachel.
I don't know if at that point she was patting the baby's back or what the hell she was doing.
Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, his ass is coming back this weekend.
His ass is coming back this weekend.
Should I tell you guys why he went to New York? No. Shut up. Thank you, Rachel. No. Shut up. Oh, that's what I was saying. Yeah, his ass is coming back this weekend. Should I tell you guys why he went to New York? No. Shut up. Thank you, Rachel. Look, my drink, we were eating earlier. My drink is...
Look, you guys, it's like, I don't know. I don't watch soap operas. I watch like whatever today's version of soap operas are. You guys remember back, any of you guys who are old enough to remember watching Ryan's Hope and All My Children and General Hospital and Edge of Night and damn, what was the one in the middle, which I loved with Cord and what's her name? Girl. Somebody will be dead, and girl, all of a sudden, somebody come in through with backpack and be like, "Oh my God, we thought you were dead. Oh my God, what happened?" And when I was a kid, the big thing was when JR got shot. Girl, they came back the next season. It might have even been the season after next. Girl, it was a dream. JR wasn't dead. JR wasn't dead. Girl, Passions. Let me tell you something. If you watched Passions, I was just thinking about that the other day. Girl, Trisha, if you watched Passions, you should be totally okay with watching Live. Girl, dead today, alive tomorrow. Dating today, gone tomorrow. Witches today, regular humans tomorrow, okay? In the catacombs of Rome today, girl, in Milan tomorrow. Though they had such imaginations over there, the writers of Passions, girl, Passions was a trip. If you sat there and watched Passions, don't even talk to me. Because I watched Passions too. Was I in high school? I don't think I was in high school then. Because I feel like me and my good friend Shannon used to watch that. That was like the late 90s, right? At the end of the day, if you watched Passions, if you watched damn any soap opera, girl, Teresa and the whole gosh, the girl who was married to Teresa's brother, who was the cop. Girl, let's not get started on Passions. Girl, that's a whole conversation we could have. But Passions was, you had to suspend disbelief, okay? So your internal radar of, wait a second, that can't happen. Girl, you had to let all that go, okay? Okay, just like we know with Disney, why do we go into a Disney movie and it's okay for a fish to be talking, right? Apply that to Olivia, okay? If a fish can talk and all of the things, then you should be able to handle this. Don't treat this trick like she's giving us real information, okay? Just watch the videos, okay? Just watch the videos. Just watch the videos. Just watch the videos and go about your life. Come watch here and we talk about it. You're not crazy. The bitch is lying. Just watch the videos, okay? Just watch them. Just watch, okay? Damn, Luke and Laura. Girl, Luke and Laura, I think I was like, I don't know how old I was then, but I was very young. But I remember when they used to go to the disco. Okay, the disco was like a scene on General Hospital. I was a kid then, but there was the infamous Luke and Laura scene when Luke got Laura at the disco and she was saying no. And by today's standard, they're going to call that a date rape, right? Back in the 80s or whenever that happened, girl, Luke got her on the floor at the disco. He had the disco. She was there one night. He was, like Prince would say, they were rapping till the sun came up, all the things. And he got it in the club. And girl, they were a cold couple. By today's standards, it's called date rape, right? Um, However, yeah, girl, you got to suspend disbelief. Yeah, Teresa was with Ethan. Ethan's sister was with Teresa's brother. Girl, we cannot talk passions right now. Okay, if you guys want to talk passion, sidebar conversation, let's do it. But right now, we got to stay with this fool, Olivia. Okay, because that's girl, that's where we at right now. Okay, let's get back into it. Let's get back into it so we can make it through all of it, and then we can really talk about it. Okay. Okay, so we left off with the man, his ass is coming back from out of town. Did I ever tell you guys why he is in that, why he's out of town, why he's out of town at the moment, right? Okay, let's go.
I'm just joking. No, I definitely got it. Good for him. Oh shit, I didn't even know that.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, so she's saying he's out of town. He's coming back. Did I ever tell you guys why he's out of town? And um and she's playing around like whether she's going to tell or not, right? So this is when she has a key because someone in the chat says, guys, we can't breathe in New York. Okay, the air quality is very bad. And she has a laugh and she's like, good. Okay.
Can't breathe in New York? Good.
You can't breathe in New York? She says good. Okay.
We can't breathe in New York? Good. I'm just joking. No, I definitely got it. Good for him. Oh shit, I didn't even know that. Yeah. Shows how much I don't be fucking.
So it's the biggest story on earth at the moment. It's the biggest story literally on earth at the moment of what's going on in Canada, seeping down into New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, code red. Everybody's talking about it. The air is traveling. It as far as yesterday, it's traveling down the East Coast. It's spreading around. And he hadn't mentioned anything about the air quality in New York. Okay. He had mentioned it's the biggest story in the world at the moment. Okay. And he hadn't said anything about the air quality. Now, is he in New York? Just because we say New York, I know a lot of people always assume New York means New York City. New York could be New York City. It could be out in any of the 5 boroughs. It could be New York State. Not that New York City is not part of the state, but he might not be in the city. He could be out in one of the counties. He could be upstate. He could be in damn Albany for all we know. The man could be in damn Buffalo. She's never said, she said New York. Okay. If she said something different, you guys let me know. I think she has alluded to New York City, but she's just dumb enough to not know enough about New York to where, girl, he could be in damn Schenectady for all we know. We don't know where Sir is, okay? And I venture to guess her dumb ass doesn't either, because let me tell you this. Any woman who will refer to her man, her baby father, you're carrying his baby, you got his kid, unless you are Peach McIntyre, girl, this woman says his ass is coming back tomorrow. You don't sound happy. You don't sound happy. And I just don't believe it. People don't talk about people they love like, oh, my bitch will be back tomorrow. Who the fuck? Where are these women coming from? I'm just going to say this, guys. I don't know what your flavor is or how you operate out here, but you're doing a huge disservice to your daughters by not, and to yourself by not embracing your femininity, because trust and believe, however you are, your daughter will be exactly the same. And you will have a woman who is sitting around dealing with bums, addressing men as bums, and putting themselves at risk because their mouths are very reckless. Okay? You it's just a vicious cycle, and it's horrible. It's one of the worst things, and it's very dangerous. But Olivia is sitting there saying this man who just paid all of her rent, allegedly she doesn't pay any bills, his ass will be back tomorrow. Sounds like a wonderful relationship over there. But again, guys, we don't have to believe this, not believe this. We know what's going on in our households, and all you have to do is watch these videos. You know what I'm saying? Like, we know all of the lies and discrepancies, but I thought he had kids. Girl, that's what we're doing here. We know she's lying, but sis is very, very reckless with her mouth. She's gonna come across the right person one day who is gonna handle her. And you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be sitting here saying, I told y'all so. It doesn't justify it, it doesn't make it right, but it can put a woman in a very dangerous position when you think that you can say what you want to anybody, and specifically a man, and chump him and punk him and do all kinds of things. That's a dangerous position to be in. And I'm not saying it's right for anybody to handle anybody physically, but people who are standing in jail on homicide charges don't typically care about that. Okay? They're just talking about trying to find a lawyer who can help them handle this I snap defense. Okay?
Anyway, girl. No, he's irritating me. He's irritating me because... Alright, I'm just gonna tell y'all. So, my man has... I don't know what I was saying. The father of my babies, yeah.
I wish her audience would stop correcting her. See, even in her audience, people are like, the father, oh yeah. The father of my babies. Can y'all, anybody who's in the bushes right now, if you're over there when Liv is live, can you shut the fuck up? Can you just let her talk all the way out so we can hear all the bullshit? Because though, if you keep correcting her and reminding her of what she needs to be reminded, you fuck up the storyline. I love the shit show. Stop trying to help her stay on track with the lies. Let her tell as many lies as she wants. That's what makes this shit fun, okay? She's lying.
Okay, how can I explain this to y'all? Without telling y'all the business or his business? Okay, so fuck it. I'll just tell you guys. What can you guys do with this information? You guys don't know him. Okay, so my baby father, he has kids.
Okay, let's stop right there. He has kids. He has kids.
That's number one. How many? It's not your business. So that's why he's in New York right now, because he's handling something with his daughter. Okay. So this is the thing. So I'm gonna tell you guys that part of the story. Just his daughter's going through some stuff, some serious stuff, and he wants his daughter to live with him. Okay. Now, going through what I've gone through, I'm like, well, I get where he's coming from, and I get it, but he can't just. I'm not down for him trying to take his child away from the mother. I'm not down with that. So, anyway, it's a long situation. It's long as hell, but anyway. Well, his daughter. I don't want to tell you guys how old she is. She's. I don't want to tell you guys how old she is. She's older than Robin, say that. But she's going through serious stuff. She is. And I think the thing is the baby, she wants to live with her dad. Like, she wants to be with her dad.
So the baby, listen to this. So she's older than Robin, but clearly she's younger than 18. Because at and I don't know, I think that maybe not an age of consent, but there is an age where he could petition the court to say, well, she gets to make her own decision, right? But I'm thinking to myself, Olivia, you said his ass is coming back. You don't even sound like you like this dude. What do you care of his custody situation with his kid? And I mean that, period. If you don't like him, you're not into him, stop trying to run somebody's life. If that man wants his daughter, we're just running with the lie right now. We're just running with the story she's telling, right? Why are you so vested in trying to handle how he's doing things and what he's doing with his kid when really and truly you don't give a fuck? Like that, it's the control freak for me, because you don't even sound like you're into this dude. And you know what I say? That's not your kid. That's not your husband. Stop trying to make wife decisions. Even as a wife, you're not the mother of that child. Why don't you shut the fuck up? Why don't you just mind your business? Only thing you need to be worried about is sis coming to stay at my house, and we're gonna get to that part, okay? Your house, his, girl, wherever you seem to be laying your head, it's none of your business.
But I just feel like he needs to handle that situation accordingly. He doesn't need to be like hostile about it, which that's kind of like how he's been about the situation. And I'm just encouraging him to do everything like everybody can win from this situation. Like, you don't have to go through the courts. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. Because he actually has a good co-parenting relationship. He does. I admire him for that. But this situation is kind of making their co-parenting, like this, because now he wants to take his daughter, which I understand that. That's fine. Blase. But he needs to handle it right. And I'm not going to stand by him if he's not handling it right, because I'm a woman. I'm a woman before anything, and I'm a mother before anything, and I don't play those games. You know what I mean? Like, I look out for women. He's my man. I'm not saying that I'm looking out for her before I look out for him, and that's kind of how he's taking it. But that's not what I'm doing. I'm just.
If this is whatever this is, this video, girl, how he's taking it is, bitch, we just got together. Shut the fuck up. Okay? There is nowhere in this universe that you are qualified to give any kind of, this is what I think you should do, when you have been dating someone a millisecond with someone in their blood and someone else's blood. Was Zolo Bands trying to tell you what to do with your kids? Was Brandon trying to tell you what to do with your kids? Were these men you were dealing with trying to tell you what to do, what not to do, who could come, who could stay, who could go? What makes you think that Mr. Fictitious wants you chiming in on the affairs of his child and the child of another woman? And what business is it of yours? Can you tell me? So from that, sis, at the end of the day, you deserve all the smoke. Because if you feel like you can chime in with someone who does, girl, this man allegedly that you're with, who allegedly is AJ's father, who has allegedly impregnated you, girl, you can get all the smoke from the YouTube streets, because everybody gets to give their opinion. Okay, that's the way I look at it. You have basically opened the door to just hear straight up, girl, shut up. If you can tell some man that you don't like, love, or want to be with, don't want to marry, and refer to him as his ass is coming home, girl, have a seat. Because you deserve to get all the smoke about anything and everything, okay? Because if you can talk to him about that lady's baby, girl, we can talk to you about yours, okay? That's the way I see it.
I'm trying to, show her respects. And, there's a way that this can be handled. You know what I mean, y'all? Anyway, so yeah. But yeah. I can't believe it's a lot of information. But yeah, okay. Like I said, there's nothing that we can do with that shit because you guys still don't know who he is. But you know, in the next, if you guys hear a little girl here, that just means that he brought his baby to live with us. That's all.
That's all. That's all. If you guys hear a little girl in the next few weeks, just know it's because he brought her to live with us. Oh, okay. So you two are living together. That's what you're saying. You are bringing another child who says, she's going to say this in a minute, who allegedly has behavioral issues. So you're going to bring an adolescent, tween, or teen who has behavioral issues to a big, overgrown, oversexed, mammoth-sized female who has behavioral issues. You're going to bring a mini situation up into your house. You're pregnant. You got AJ. You got 3 more coming. That's 6 kids, a sweaty 400-pound female, Mr. Fictitious, and your mama. So you're going to have 3 adults and 6 children in the house.
Oh, girl, I know. That's all. Hear a little girl here, that just means that he brought his baby to live with us. That's all. You know, in the next.
Girl, I don't know what Gerard knows, what he doesn't know. I'm sure somebody will carry a bone. I don't know who, what, where, when, how you thought it's a good idea to move in with another man for another summer when these kids just want to be with you. It's the I don't give a fuck for me. It's the fact that you say you miss your kids, but you don't show them you miss your kids. If in fact you traded your privacy, your sanctity of having a home for yourself because your broke ass can't afford an apartment, and you traded that to have your kids exposed to another man that you said you don't love, sounds like you don't like, and you're not going to marry, why do kids need to be around that? Why do they need to get to know some other little girl who's got behavioral problems that's older than them? That sounds stupid. Sis got behavioral issues. This is not your man. You don't love him. Don't sound like you like him. But you're going to expose your kids for a whole summer while you're sitting up there pregnant on the internet playing with people. That sounds like, oh, okay, that sounds like a plan. Okay. Let's hear some more.
If you guys hear a little girl here, that just means that he brought his baby to live with us. That's all.
Live with us.
If you guys hear a little girl here, that just means that he brought his baby to live with us. That's all. A little girl here, that just means that he brought his baby to live with us. That's all.
Girl, I was tripping last night.
That just means that he brought his baby to live with us. That's all. Oh, girl, I know how females are. Females are like, females are disgusting. Females do not ride for each other anymore. They're like, they'd rather be with a man and team up against the woman. It's disgusting. But I'm not that type of female. I've never been that type of female. So I'm gonna tell him where he's wrong first, and I'm gonna tell him there's a way to handle this. Like it doesn't have to be like that. Oh no, you gotta get on the floor, baby. There we go. There we go. But that's why he's been in New York for a while now, because he's trying to handle that situation, which I totally understand. Your babies come first. our babies come first. You know what I mean?
Is that it? Okay. Girl.
It's different. I mean, if a man doesn't, if there's not like still feelings there, people are not, acting immature and trying to hurt each other and doing the back and forth and the bullshit and getting on social media and going in reactor chats and talking shit and telling your, you know what I mean, girl? Yeah, when there's no more feelings and people can move on peacefully and girl, yes, all that. Unfortunately, I haven't had such a great experience, but it's okay. Baby, do you want me to put on a show for you right now? You don't want to watch nothing? Because now you're over here, I'm plugging my laptop. Why don't you want to watch something? Ooh, go AJ. Go AJ.
Okay, at that point, she's talking about the co-parenting a little bit because, of course, immaturity sets in, and girl, God bless, whatever. Baby moms and baby dads can coexist without jumping in the bed together. Now, do I have first-hand experience on that? Absolutely not, because I don't have a baby daddy. I don't have baby mama drama. I don't have none of that. My baby daddy is my husband, and my daughter was fathered by the aforementioned. Okay, so we're lucky. Okay, I know some people have baby mama, baby daddy issues from a myriad and a host of different topics. From occasionally they jump in the bed, sis off the chain, sir off the chain, family, like all the things. Like, girl, if not bringing two families together is interesting enough, when it's bad, it can be very bad, right? And when there's people who are not trustworthy and still attracted to each other and still want to be with each other, I'm sure it's probably like just crazy. Why she's talking about this, I don't know. But what I'm going to say is I feel like she is creating a situation where she's kind of talking about herself, obviously, and putting herself in Antonisha's position, not the wife's position, as she was a wife. I feel like she's putting herself in the role of girlfriend, rather than how she feels as mother, because she's so detached as a human and as a feminine woman and mother who is honest in life, that she can only identify with girlfriend, but she doesn't know how to be honest and honorable, even as a girlfriend. So she's still applying her same manipulation tactics. Okay? Because Antonisha is no longer a girlfriend. She's a fiance and she's going to be a wife. At the end of the day, Antonisha is, whether she's giving advice to Gerard or not, we're not privy to that, because he's the father. That's his blood. It's a relationship. And as a man, something he needs to handle with respect to his future wife. But those are his children that he shares with her. But ultimately, those are his kids. The mother's not dead. Okay. And Olivia is not able to even really fully articulate as a girlfriend because she's whack. She's wackadoodle, crazy, slorish ass weirdo. Okay. So she's not really able to bring anything that sounds normal to this fantasy fupa tale that she's telling us at the moment. I'm just here for it because, sis, I love hearing the lies. I love hearing you try to make sense out of this nonsense. So, guys, I'm just, like I said, I'm encouraging you, girl. Let the shit show commence. I'm gonna want to hear what's gonna happen moving forward, because sis is creating a situation where me personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable sending my kid to go stay with her for the summer. She's in a house with a man who has a child who may be coming to stay with them for the summer. She's disclosing that little sis has behavioral issues. And it's a 2-bedroom apartment with a 10-year-old, like a 7-year-old, and a 6-year-old. 3 children of a minor age, a baby who's 1, a pregnant fupa, and then allegedly fupa's big sisters coming from New York who don't know how to act.
Can I have the remote, please? I'll put it back on your show, Papa, if you let me. You obviously don't want to watch Sesame Street anymore. You want to watch Sesame or you want to watch Gracie? Surely. Yeah. I mean, that's what I mean. Like, you guys, when you are with like a mature man, number one, I don't know. It's just such a. He changed the show. Okay, so you don't want to watch nothing. You just want the remote. Okay, he changed it again. When you're with a mature person, it really does, help you with your growth and stuff. And it's like being with him, I've never felt like insecure about anything, or even with him dealing with his mama. Like, no, I've spoken to.
You've never felt insecure. So the night that he decided to go out with all of his coworkers, the night that you're leaving to go out of town, to go see your kids for Mother's Day, he decides to go out drinking and calls you and swerves and says he's on his way, but wasn't on his way. And then calls you an hour later and he's still a half an hour away. You've never felt insecure about anything. He's been totally mature, all of the things. Like these are the recent lies now. Okay. So, interesting. Very interesting.
This girl, she's very nice. She's very cool. She's married. So
allegedly his baby mom's married.
Co-parenting relationship. Like I'm jealous of them. Like they get along so good.
You're jealous of their co-parenting relationship rather than see, she's such a feeble-minded weirdo that she'd rather be jealous. Also, she's limited in vocabulary. She never got her high school diploma, unfortunately, and she doesn't read. There's plenty of people who thrive without getting their HSD, but at the end of the day, sis doesn't read. And she uses words. She uses what's readily available, which is I'm jealous. So I don't know. Maybe she is jealous. I mean, that's it. But rather than I'm envious or I'm inspired by how they're able to co-parent, it gives me hope that one day she's just jelly of their relationship. Interesting choice of words.
They get along so good. But this situation, I don't know. Girl, it's not it. No. I mean, it's different. I mean, if a man doesn't, if there's not like still feelings there, people are not, acting immature and trying to hurt each other and doing the back and forth and the bullshit and getting on social media and going in reactor chats and talking shit and telling you know what I mean, girl? Yeah, when there's no more feelings and people can move on peacefully and girl, yes, all that. Unfortunately, I haven't had such a great experience, but it's okay. Baby, do you want me to put on a show for you or no?
Girl, and when she was asking, did she want to put on a show? Girl, you're giving us plenty of show, but she was talking to AJ. So she's basically saying that they have a great relationship. I think this really is she's creating a scenario, an ideal picture of what a scenario could potentially look like. I think she's just talking about her and what's going on with her, Gerard, and the whole situation, which makes me wonder, like, was she low-key talking about Robin? We know the kids are doing very well, but, sis makes stuff up out of her current reality, and I find it absolutely disgusting. But I think this is the last clip that we're going to listen to. Let's go.
On their own, I'm always trying to fix something, you know what I mean? But at some point you have to realize, girl,
she's talking about herself at this moment, just to preface like where we are, if you did not watch this last night.
On their own, I'm always trying to fix something, you know what I mean? But at some point you have to realize, girl, I'm the type of person where I'm always looking for a solution, and I'm always trying to fix something, you know what I mean? But at some point you have to realize, girl, it's not about me, you know what I mean? It's not my problem, it's not about me. People just have to heal on their own. And until that happens, there can never be peace in that situation. And it just is what it is. Oh, sorry. And it's about the kids, exactly. But a person's not going to see that. Because, you guys, I did a lot of selfish things. When I was hurt and I was in my feelings and all this extra shit about, not like I did things intentionally or like I mistreated them or abused them or neglected them. None of that. But I didn't always make the best decisions because I was gone. You know what I mean? So, yeah. It's about the kids, though.
She was riding that dick wave.
Gone in Never Neverland, you know what I mean? You cheat on me and I was wrong for leaving. Girl, yeah, we always wrong with people like that. We're the problem. We're always wrong. How's it? It's going good in my new place. I love it.
I wish I had the part about behavioral problems. I'll have to find that. Towards the end, she's talking about, any of you guys who saw it, she says that the reason why he wants the kid is because he feels like he's better suited to handle the problem at this time, and she's having behavioral issues. To me, if that was my boo, we would be done at that moment. Just, I don't care if people thought my name was Jack B. Nimble or Jim, James, Paul, or Tyrone. It wouldn't matter. It wouldn't matter that nobody knows who I am. The fact that you felt okay with discussing my child and what she got going on to your audience as content, bitch, we're done. We're done. Don't talk to me. We're good. I see what's going on here and why you're in the situation that you're in. Okay? We would have to be done. Don't retell my story. That's my story. Okay? And the fact that she is talking about a kid who's maybe the kid's having behavioral issues because her parents are in two places. Think about that. Maybe she's having behavioral issues because she's sad and she's lonely. Daddy sounds like he's populating the world. Okay, he took up with some trick like you. I don't think a little girl who's having behavioral problems needs to come anywhere near a woman like you. You are the least feminine, least emotionally ready or available to have any access to anyone's female child. You are a full-blown weirdo. Pregnant again. That's the last place a kid who needs attention needs to be, in a 2-bedroom apartment with a weirdo chick who is emotionally unavailable with her father who has not been around. So the mother is completely correct in not sending the baby, what you're calling her a baby, to be at your house. It's stupid. It doesn't even make sense. So, like I said, guys, you watching Olivia, you got to suspend disbelief because this trick is full of the drama. She's full of storytelling. Sis lies all the time. Anything that anyone put in the chat regarding, well, I thought this, I thought that, girl, we've all been watching the same stuff, girl. It's so like, yeah, everybody's got questions, right? Put your questions down in the comments. I'm going to read the chat, all of the things. We can talk about it. I need to find the one clip of the behavioral issues because I think that's an important one too, because this could be a video that'll disappear. This video is not a video that I would have out for a couple of different reasons, one of which a man named Gerard Webb and whatever his attorney's name is. That would be reason number 1, and reason number 2, and reason number 3 would be go back to reason number 1 and reason number 2. Sis, you look stupid and slow, and if you are really trying to not have your kids come for the summer, sis, you did that. You did that. Girl, you did that, and you handled that. And I think anything to make Gerard look like the bad guy. But at the end of the day, nobody cares. The only hero here is the person who puts the kids first, who puts the family first, who will decide first to shut the fuck up and have some respect for themselves and do whatever they need to do in honor and defense of the kids. And that's my opinion. All this other crap is ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. And Olivia wasted no time. The minute she got in that apartment, sis is ready to go. Sis is on go. She's trying to make her points for the summer, and she does not care. She is coming guns blazing. Okay. I'm telling you, if this frustrates you, you don't like the lies, it runs your blood pressure up, girl, take your medicine and sit back and just drink a glass of wine with it. Like, bitch, girl, we gonna have a good time over at Fran's tomorrow. We gonna watch them reaction video. Okay? Because that's all it is. That's all it is. That's all it is. And that's it. And that's all. That's what she wants. And that's what she gonna get. Okay? She make her bag. I come over here, make mine. And we talk about it and we have fun with it. Okay? Other than that, don't try and believe this hoe. You already know. Your discernment, your logic tells you, girl, sis is lying her ass off. Just like the ones of you who are like, girl, Pete, girl, Wood over there holding the camera. He didn't set up the tripod. Okay? We know how this goes. These people have sold their souls, sold their stories, sold their kids, sold everything for coin. And at the end of the day, I've just warned, don't get too invested. Just enjoy it, laugh about it, and keep it moving. You know who's real out here on these streets. You know who's showing you a real slice of what they got going on. There's nothing wrong with saying, you know, I'm going to go to CVS today. I'm going to go to Marshall's and I'm going to Saks. Is that scripted? In a way it is, because you've written an outline of what you're going to do for the day. How the day unfolds is how the day unfolds. But when you start putting on skits and scripted are two different things. When Portia and Candy happen to run into each other at the winery and there's cameras everywhere, well, guys, we know that that is scripted and all of the things. What unfolds, how they handle things, they might put a scenario out there, but the rest of it just happens, right? Olivia is sitting there creating. She's selling you the real, but she's giving you the fake. Do you understand? So don't buy into it. Just have a kiki. Come here. We laugh and talk about it. What they don't like, what they really don't like, these weirdos, is the fact that there are people out here who are able to really see what needs to be seen. And we talk about it, make it make sense. And you guys are like, oh, okay. Like, okay. And there's a lot of people that have questions, right? That's what they don't like. There's people out here answering questions rather than like Olivia's, come watch my story direct. Don't let anybody tell my story. Well, sis, we're not telling your story. We're just talking about the episodes. It's not that deep, girl. I don't even know you. Okay. I only know what you say. So ain't nobody telling your story. We're just talking about the bullshit you dropped last night. Okay. Put it that way. Anyway, guys, I'm going to let y'all go. Girl, I got to get to it. I got to go and like I tell her all the time, go run through a shower and play with some soap. Okay. I need to go get myself together. Okay. So I can feel good about myself, get myself together and have my little breakfast and that's it. And that's all. Okay. And I will see you guys later when I show back up on these YouTube streets. Comment down below. Let me know what you want to talk about next. I know we need to do some addressing the comments. We've got so many things on the list. So trust and believe I remember. But if there's something you think I forgot, Fran, let's talk about let me know. Okay. And then we'll do it. Okay. All right, guys. Take care. Have a wonderful day. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you.
Rounded. Hey, love is everything.
The boy is mine. You
shoulder to cry on. If that's a